Hello, BookTube. On some days, when the weather's beautiful, myself and the person who watches television, we like to go find somewhere, some lovely park, put out some chairs, pack some food, some tea, as you can see there, and some books, of course. Just peek, you'll see that the television watcher is very fond of Ian Rankin, among others. There's a whole bookshelf in our flat devoted to crime and thrillers. That's definitely his taste. So we come to a place like this in Cambridgeshire and just soak up not so much peace and quiet, because it's quite a busy park, and the schools have now started a short break, so naturally this place is also attractive to families. But yeah, we just love coming out here and enjoying the sunshine and a book.
Hi, BookTube. Well, we are overdue for a coffee break video, really, aren't we? I thought I should follow up on a remark, the pronouncement that I made, didn't I, during my sideline video where I was talking about Frank Herbert's Dune. I said that I never rated books. Now, I know there is a BookTube tag which asks content creators to talk about their book rating systems, but I want to give some reasons why I chose not to go down that road at all, and why I don't refer to books as 2-star or 5-star or anything like that. It all goes back to the beginning, actually it's not very long ago. It was March 2023 when I started this channel, but before that, for about 6 months before that, I think anybody will remember this from my BookTube newbie video, I was trying to decide whether I really wanted to start a channel or no. So I was sampling a lot of other BookTube presentations. Oh, there were things including star ratings, which I saw happening over and over, and eventually I found that there were just so many booktubers who looked the same. You had this full headshot of the person throughout the whole video, and behind them there were these immaculate bookcases, and the books were all beautiful and arranged so, ever so artfully. So they looked the same, but they also sounded the same. They all seem to be reviewing the same titles. I'm having trouble with that word these days. It began to lose definition for me, is what I'm trying to say. After a while, it became hard to remember who had said what about what book, or had anybody said anything meaningful, and what was that again? So that was the first thing. The second thing followed on from the first. I was asking myself, well, what did I have to offer BookTube if I went ahead and just did exactly what I was already seeing, if I just rated books? There were already dozens and dozens of people giving star ratings. Did the community really need another person just following that formula? It seemed like a saturated market, and so I started to think about trying to do something. I did sort of push the rebel thing. I'm not that much of a rebel, but I was wanting to sort of say, I'm going to try something different, okay? Because I just think a fresh approach can't be bad. It's surely going to be something that people would want to look into. The third thing, well, ratings, they seem to go hand in hand with other aspects of BookTube that I didn't really want to be part of. High quantity reading especially. This was a big thing for me. I mean, you have to practice high quantity reading if you want to do good book hauls or wrap-ups or mid-year freakouts. So I've been watching some of those, or best and worst books of the year, and none of that appealed to me, absolutely none of it. The next point is a little sensitive, but as I was watching all these other BookTube presenters, it became clear, I began to hear these rumors about presenters, content creators who did not actually read the books they reviewed and rated. And of course, it occurred to me, well, how easy would that be, given the usual BookTube formula, which is, you say more about your feelings than you do about the book, and you use a star rating system because that avoids having to give a detailed critique. And that's why I quote a lot from the books that I review, and I try to give very specific examples from the text if there's something that I was or wasn't thrilled about, because I noticed that a lot of content providers weren't doing that. They weren't showing you that they had read the book, and I felt that was important. And lastly, I wanted to present books as forms of meaningful communication rather than commodities. See, star ratings, they kind of go with this concept of the book as a commodity, something that should not displease us as consumers. And hence we give star ratings to warn people about possible bad product. But I don't think books should work like that or should be looked at like that, personally. Reader A and Reader B, they can read the same book and feel completely differently because they bring different expectations to their reading and they have different reading experience. So I prefer to describe the book in as much detail as possible because then you can decide what kind of reaction you're likely to have based on what you already know about your reading tastes. It's the same thing. It works out just as well. But you get to know more about what you're actually going to be picking up and buying if you're choosing to buy. So that's it. Well, a quick word from your sponsor, i.e. me, before I sign off about what is coming up next. I am currently reading a novel by the Indian writer R.K. Narayan, and it's titled The Vendor of Sweets. Sounds yummy, doesn't it? It's a short book, and I'm on the last few pages, so look out for that review, along with lots of delicious photographs to go along with it. Okay, thanks very much for watching, everybody. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.